Hi everyone, this is Jane here from Crystal Sparkles Readings. Just here to pop down a card for the day for us. I've just got a black and white Faulkner deck as normal, just giving it a bit of a shuffle. Let's have a little look. See what we've got today. Okay, so today we've got the Strength card. So a Strength card's another interesting one actually, because it's part of the Major Arcana, and you'll know if you've seen my stuff before that the Major Arcana's really important cards. They talk about important events, they talk about really important energy around you. They're big cards, you know, in the deck. The other cards in the deck, the sort of what we call the pip cards, sort of 1 to 10, talk about progress through that particular energy, but the Major Arcana are kind of the archetypes, really. They're real kind of major events in our lives, or major feelings, or major energies. And the Strength card is really does exactly what it says on the tin, and it does talk about being very strong and being very, it's almost like centered on your path, and being very robust in your energy. And you know, sometimes we have moments where we're all feeling a little bit more vulnerable than we might do normally, but the Strength card is saying to you that you don't have that feeling around you. Is all about being strong and being powerful. Now, the downside of the Strength card is it can talk a little bit about being stubborn, so just be aware of that energy, be aware of that. Are you being strong or are you being stubborn? It's very easy to tell the difference if we're really truly honest with ourselves, where we're just sort of sticking to our guns because we just, you know, want to stick to our guns and we just don't want to listen to anybody else, or whether we're sticking to our guns because something is really important to us. So it's worth considering where you are with that and being very honest with yourself today. Are you sticking to your guns because there's an importance in what you're believing in, or are you sticking to them just to be obnoxious? So I would have a look at that energy. The energy today does feel quite robust, quite tough in its, you know, like you're not going to be knocked down. So if there's stuff going on around you that is difficult, kind of feel quite robust in that energy and being able to go, no, actually, you're not knocking me off my path. I'm going down this road and that's where I'm going. So it's good, it's strong. It's about sticking to your guns, sticking to your path, not being put off, not being pushed aside, not being allowing people to go, you know, walk all over you, all that stuff. It's a really good energy. I'm just going to have a little shuffle of the Wisdom of the Oracle cards that we've been working with lately and see what we've got going on there. Let's just see what we've got happening. Sorry if you can hear the background noise. My cat is my cat's chasing his tail in the kitchen at the moment, so if you can hear the scrabbling around, that's what it is. Okay, so let's have a look at the Wisdom of the Oracle and see what the Oracle cards have got to go with this for today. Okay, so Observer, that's another interesting one. To me, this is talking about almost like keeping your eye on the bigger picture. So sometimes when we're being very strong and we're being very robust and we're being very centered, we get a kind of little bit of blinkers on because we're going down our path and we're not going to be pushed off it. The Observer card asks you, although you're doing that, to kind of keep a little bit of an eye on the bigger picture and just being able to see the other things that are around, not getting waylaid and not getting pushed off your course at all, but just being aware of other things around you. So I'm just going to have a little look in the guidebook that goes with this. So this is what her words are. This deck is by Colette Baron Reid, and they're quite new to me, so I'm still using the guidebook a little bit to see what her thoughts are on these particular cards. I mean, I look at that as being able to kind of look at the bigger picture. Look at him, the little fox there is kind of looking up to the sky, so he's kind of looking at the universe, really looking at the whole wide perspective of what's going on around you, rather than just the one issue that you're centered on. Her meaning in this book is looking at perspective, being objective, and being neutral, and looking at your situation from a neutral point of view. Now that is a skill, and it's actually very difficult to do. It's very difficult to get your own emotions and ego out of the way, to look at a situation that you're in with objectivity. So that's where having readings can come in really useful, actually, is to just let someone else just look at your situation, because they don't have all your emotion and all of your kind of vested interests in your situation, and they can look at it from a much more objective point of view. It's very, very difficult, actually, to get outside of your own ego and to look at a situation with objectivity. So just be aware that that's a big ask. Okay, what she's talking about in this is to being more able to get out of your personal viewpoint on something and look at it from a different point of view. It's not easy to do, but it's possible to do. It's almost like being able to kind of get out of your own way a little bit. It's a bit like that. What we tend to do is, when we've got a situation or we've got an issue or we've got something that is kind of engulfing us a little bit, is we tend to be stuck right in that. And that strength card does suggest that. It's saying, I'm strong, I'm on my path, I'm going this way. And that's fine. But I think what the observer card on top of that is asking you is to just kind of don't get too bogged down in it. Take a little step back at it and have a look at the bigger picture every now and again, and just have a look at the, try and get out of your own way a little bit and just kind of go, right, okay, well, the bigger picture here is that, the important thing is that I'm happy and that I'm enjoying my life right now. And kind of where I'm going is great and it's important, but it doesn't have to encompass everything. So it's a bit like getting out of your own way. I will leave that with you for today, and just kind of leave it in that place where we are very strong today. It's a day where we are focused, we are going where we're going, but our little proviso there is just not to be so tunnel visioned that we don't see the bigger picture. Okay, so I'll leave that with you for now. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye for now.